Hey guys, I decided to finish this series on Souvenir baby. You know, having a baby for somebody that you really don't have a relationship with. Whether you had a one day event or whatever, since I'll never know, since my mother took it to her grave, y'all. And my poor birth father or sperm donor, I never met him as he died in an accident when I was 1 year old. But anyway, y'all, let me tell y'all some of the backstory. I'm a reminder of a colored wrestler and a beautiful Creole woman, an everyday person, y'all. They never had a relationship, probably a brief encounter that left my mother a reminder of a beautiful, smart, but unattainable man. He probably never knew I existed or, or even was conceived. He had an accidental death in a car accident when I was 1 year old. I met one of my cousins who visited Galveston one time. We researched our family genealogy together. He's a wonderful person, y'all. We have a lot in common, and he looks like what I imagined if I had a brother. I got to find out a little bit about my father when he was living from one of my cousins in California that was supposed to share a picture with me. But y'all, you know how that go. I'm gonna go to my storage room and look for it. That never happened, you know. But thank the Most High, I researched enough to know the high school he went to had an alumni, since it was a colored high school. So they had to go into the archives and find it. And unfortunately, most of the records were burned. But good for him, they had some pages available. And out of the pages, his yearbook picture was found. He was an athlete at the school. So I got to find out a little of what he looks like. And if you watch all the way to the end, I have a photo of my mom and a AI photo of what I imagine my parents would have looked like if they ever took a picture of me. Because growing up, y'all, I always wanted my parents together, even when I thought the guy that ended up not being my father, I wanted a picture just with him and my mom as well, but that never happened either. Even though they actually dated for quite a while. I don't know what kind of stuff was that. My mother had pictures with other guys, but never with the boyfriend. But anyways, now I just want to let y'all just hear just a little bit of why I said as a little kid, when I didn't know anything about who really was my father, I just thought my mother made a mistake when she said that elevator operator was my dad, like making the elevator go up and down. I'm like, my dad is a movie star. Well, y'all, one of my subscribers helped me research this article here. It's a front page of the Shreveport Journal, because my father unfortunately ended up in a car accident in Shreveport, even though he's from Galveston. He was going there to wrestle. So on the front page of the Shreveport Journal in August of 1954, it says, Negro wrestler, 2 women die in wreck. Negro wrestler, 2 women die in wreck. That was amazing to me because in that article, I found out that he wasn't driving when he ended up in the accident. I found out that two people also died that day, and find out that the driver lived. Seemed like they always do, y'all. And supposedly was run off the highway by a truck. Yeah, the people that's gone can tell no tale, so you only have the word of the person driving. So all I know is he's not here anymore. When I was researching his obituary, the first thing I found, y'all, after many, many hours of searching, was this article from the Galveston Daily News. And it said, Negro wrestler dies in wreck, writes Thursday. Then they said, funeral services for Charles Edward Spencer Jr., Negro wrestler, blah, 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 was killed Tuesday morning in an automobile accident near Alexandria, Louisiana. Didn't mention anything about a wife or any other children. It just said young Spencer, who was 22 at the time of his death, was well known in Galveston, having won the state Negro Wrestling Championship here in 1953, which was the year I was born, y'all. He was a graduate of Central High School in 1948. And he was in the census in 1952 as living in Galveston. It says, his graduation, Charles Spencer, since graduation, Charles Spencer had attended Howard University in Washington, D.C., where he had been a pre-med student and held the Collegiate Interscholastic Athletic Association Championship. So, y'all, for a small town back in the day, he was somebody. Because that was during segregation, y'all, when the most colored men didn't even finish elementary school, y'all. His parents owned a little restaurant in Galveston. That's most of the backstory I know. And was it a happily ever after, y'all? Well, somewhat. I got to make a photo book with my cousin. And we talk on the phone after that on occasions. I talked to some of my other cousins in California, but I ain't gonna lie, I got cut off from one of them because I wanted proof about the Most High, since it seemed like I was having so much family turmoil. It's like, just show me some sign that you there, that you hear me. And she was like, she was the representative for the Most High. Like, yo, you can't ask for no proof. Oh, you can't ask for no proof. So she act like I had made the number one deadly sin or something. And so I didn't really hear from her anymore. Because it's like, how dare she tell me any old crazy stuff like that? Like, where have you been all my life that you want to judge me? Come on now. Somebody that you don't know, give them some support, not judgment. I didn't judge anybody. Certainly not my parents. One that probably never knew I existed, and one for some strange reason never told me the truth of my true beginnings. Just glad that I didn't grow up and marry a sibling or anything, because I haven't found any DNA relatives that's like my brother yet. Because with men, you never know, y'all. It could always be a surprise at a later date that somehow it's another person out there just like me that's searching for information. But as for him, the cousin in California that quit talking to me said he had a wife and a daughter. Daughter had some kind of issues and end up her life ended very, very young. That she's had a child who's a lawyer now, and act like the man is so delicate that she can't tell him about his potential aunt. So she wanted to be in charge of telling him, and then she never told him. Or if she told him, he's not interested in knowing me. But y'all, I looked through all of the ancestry research information. There's no paperwork showing that my DNA father, sperm donor, whatever you want to call it, ever had any wife. There's no marriage certificate in the U.S. on him. And he didn't travel anywhere else, y'all. He wasn't but 22. Back in the days of when we was colored. But anyway, it's just nice to know that I'm not related to the first person's family, because they was not nice. And I'm not gonna do stories about what kind of stuff people did. It's not my story to tell about them. I'm just glad that I ain't related to them. I'll miss one of my favorite cousins from that family, though. I only had one cousin that was really nice to me and that whole family. But that's how it goes. That was by her choice, y'all. But anyway, not everything is a happy ending, but knowing the truth is a good thing. History speaks for itself. It's not always supposed to be just good. History just is, y'all. You cannot undo what has been done, which is something my ex-husband used to tell me. He's from Nigeria. So he didn't make it up either. It was just an old Nigerian saying, you cannot undo what has been done. So once you know the information, all you can say is, okay. I love me, and I love all of y'all. And I love to be around people who like to be associated with me. I don't beg anybody to make contact. That's just not the way it's supposed to be, y'all. Anytime somebody want to call me and talk to me, I'll speak to them with love and respect. But until then, y'all, no contact is okay with me. I'm more than likely got all the information I'm going to get. Keep getting all kind of DNA cousins from both sides of the family. But no siblings yet living. So anyway, at 72, it'll have to do. If you have not subscribed, please do. If you have any comments about being a souvenir baby yourself, for whatever reason, how you have no contact with your birth father / sperm donor's family, hey, leave me a comment. You are not alone. Sometimes people want what a person looks like and what a person does to make the prettiest baby they can make, or might just be subconscious without having to bother about the person that's more than likely unattainable anyhow. Because yes, this place is full of caste systems as well as any other place in the world. So sometimes people think that ain't nowhere in the world he'll ever see me because he's this, he's that. And sometimes women, sometimes men do the same thing. She's so pretty she won't see me. But you never know until you try, as my grandmother Corazon would say. Nothing beat a failure but a try. But anyway, until next time, y'all. Peace, peace, power to the people. I'm out, y'all. Bye.